out there with Jatavion Sanders. I saw you guys kind of chit-chatting between reps yesterday. What has that been like, kind of coaching him up with the absence of the vets with the tight end position?
Yeah, it's been great. JT's someone who's super hardworking, and and he's a sponge. He's soaking up all the information. He's done a great job with Coach, with Pat, and then with us out here. Anytime there's been something, he's always turned around and been, if things haven't gone well, he's always turned around. It's like, hey, was it me? Was it you? Was it like, he just wants to have those conversations, which is great. So I'm super excited. He's already made some great plays. And, obviously it's adjustment. And he's doing a great job of adjusting. He's picking things up quickly. So I'm excited for him.
A few minutes ago, he gave us a preview of his rookie performance. Is that something that you advised him on?
Who did?
Jatavion. He sang a bar for us.
Did he really? Man, y'all did a good job. I know. Did he? I'm trying to think. Yeah, I think he does go again. He did we've had a lot. I think he did a good job, but didn't he was this close. There's like a duration limit for us, and I don't think he quite hit the first time. I could be mixing him up with someone, but yeah, we're all excited. Everyone's excited for the performance.
Bryce, these guys keep coming in and out. I know it's probably frustrating to have to kind of get used to other guys, but how much does that kind of help you make sure you're familiar with everybody on this roster, throwing to them and things like that?
Yeah, it's great for me. It's training camp. Obviously there's going to be a shuffling of things for one reason or another, but that's how the year is. That's how the season is, and I think it's great. Just like you said, all of us at Q getting opportunities with different guys, and then also more of an emphasis on the system. We're at that point. Obviously, we're not game planning. We're not putting specific people in specific places. So everyone's being able to get to run every route. People are getting opportunities to run and be at different positions. So I think it's great. It breeds competition, and I think it'll be good for us in the long run.
Hey Bryce, Dave was just in here and he said he hasn't made a decision on whether he's going to play you in the preseason or not. He's kind of bantying it back and forth in his mind. But how do you feel about that? Do you want to play? Are you okay if you don't play? What is your thoughts on it?
Yeah, I trust in Coach. Whatever it is that he says, I'll listen to that. So, I trust in him and the staff, just like I have with all the stuff that we've been doing. So, whatever he says.
Are you antsy at all to play?
For me, I think that in the same way, I think it's a process, and I trust in whatever they feel like the process is. Definitely I think just obviously us being back, we all are competitors. We all are excited for the season. We're all excited for the year. We're all excited to be on the field together and compete. So we all have that competitive edge to us. And then as far as preseason goes, I'm just trust Coach with that.
Bryce, you played a little bit last preseason, not a ton. Did you kind of like the idea of getting at least a few reps, in August?
Yeah, last year it was kind of the same situation. Obviously that was my first anything in the NFL against another team outside of joint practices and all that. So, last year I definitely feel like I was able to learn a lot about, it's a different game, and just be able to be introduced that way. I think it was cool. I think it was good for my development at the time. And, again, this year, whatever it is, I'm going to trust Coach with.
In hindsight, what did you learn about the difference between a preseason rep and a regular season rep?
I think that you learn how good people are in the NFL. Everyone's out there, preseason or regular season. It's the best of the best competing, going at it. It's the best of the best trying to do everything they can on every given down. Just how the level of focus was the same. Everyone came out with the same intensity. And again, with that being kind of my introduction last year, it was just cool to see how just the level of play that the NFL was at that time. So it was great.
Bryce, how confident are you that you would be able to get everything you need to get out of this period of time if you don't play before week 1?
Yeah, I'm super confident in whatever the coaches advise and whatever they say. Again, they've been in the league a lot longer than I have. They've been around a lot of quarterbacks, a lot of offense, a lot of teams, and I trust 100% in what it is they choose. And us going up against each other every day, we compete against the defense every day, and we have a great defense on the other side of the ball. And that's especially when you're running the same stuff in the same system, and the margin of error, and everyone sees the same things. Those details get smaller and smaller, and then obviously we'll have joint practice. I do everything everything I can to get the most out of that and grow. And I think that pushes me to grow a lot. And again, whatever it is that the coaches decide, I'll go with.
Bryce, a few weeks into this with the receivers here, what jumps out about this group compared to what you dealt with last year?
Yeah, I think just speaking on this year and this group of receivers, just the competitiveness, there's been shuffling, there's been people playing in different spots, and just the willingness to learn. This is a new system this year, and no one's come in like, I've done this in another system on another team. Everyone's came in with a growth mindset. Everyone's wanted to learn. Everyone's embraced the coaching. We've all had to learn this together. So the amount of communication we've had and the willingness to go out there and my dog good back there. Willingness to make mistakes and then go back and correct them. And there's no maybe it's everyone wants to learn, everyone wants to grow. And I think also being able to see that translate from OTAs to early in camp to now. We have a big point of emphasis of not making the same mistake twice, and seeing the willingness to grow and then that going to translate. It's been great watching the receiver group with that.
That's follow that, because last year a lot was made about them not getting separation, but there's a lot more that goes into that than just them getting open, because they were open at times. Protection, you're not catching them, or a lot of different things. System. What did you think of that when people were saying, "Hey, they're not great at getting separation"?
That's about last year, and last year was last year, and for us this year, again, this is a new group, it's a new building, this is a new coaching staff, new philosophy, and for us, obviously, as a football player, you're always going to take experiences you've had your entire life, and we're kind of all at that culmination of all we've done to work to be where we're at. But you take all that and you apply it into this year. We apply it into coaching and to executing the system to the best that we can, and really that's where all of our focus has been.
Bryce, what have you learned about Deontay Johnson?
Nothing that I couldn't already see in OTAs, but speaking towards it, just how much of a competitor he is. I think it even shows more. These are tough days. We're doing the same stuff every day. It's tough, it's difficult, it's not ideal conditions. We're 4 days in a row right now, and to see the amount of fire he comes out with every day, it could be day whatever. Yesterday I think was day 9 or something, day 10, whatever it was, and like one-on-ones and just going, talking, making sure, coming back, hey, let's get this after practice because we weren't connecting on this. The amount of how competitive he is, how much he cares, and not just about the little things, obviously wanting to win above all, but how much he cares about the details, how much he cares about the little things, the amount of accountability he's had, and the willingness to grow and to adapt to the system. It's been super encouraging. So I think that's one of the many things that have stuck out.
With two more
Bryce.
and then Alex.
Hey, I know that y'all don't really game plan at all for preseason games, but what do you know about this Patriots defense, and what kind of a test can they be for y'all's offense?
Yeah, like I said, right now we're in camp mode, so we've been dialed in camp. I think, the coach's schedule, I think we start, I forgot they said when we start putting in, like you said, it's preseason, so obviously limited game plan. But we haven't, as a team, really started looking at them yet. But obviously I have a ton of respect. Obviously a super storied organization. They've had a ton of success, especially defensively. So I think we're all excited for the challenge. We definitely take it seriously. And then we're going to trust the scouting and the stuff we go over when we start that process.
Bryce, your receiver teammates say that you take individual time with each of them to learn who they are as people, but also learn how they move on the field and how you two can kind of come together. What are those conversations like? Why is that important to you?
Yeah, I think that's super important as a quarterback and as a leader. I think especially as a quarterback, it's on us to make sure that we know the people that we're throwing to, know them on the field and off the field. Everyone's different. Everyone runs routes a little different. Everyone has different backgrounds, been in different places. And as a quarterback, you're constantly trying to piece that together. And when you're out there and you don't take the time to do that, it definitely shows for both sides. Every receiver is going to want the ball a little differently, going to run things a little differently, and it's on us to adapt. And then as a quarterback and as a leader, also I feel like that doesn't just stop with the 2 hours we're out here. It goes into the locker room, it goes into after football, and the more you get to learn and connect with people and grow, it always translates one way or another. So I'm grateful to be in the position I am. I'm grateful to have the receivers and the teammates I do. We have a great group of guys in the locker room. So I think it's just my job, and it's mutually beneficial for all of us. And as a quarterback, as a leader, to make sure that again, obviously the field and the play is the most important thing, and we always have that. But there's a time where that's to the side, and then we're men at the end of the day, and making sure that that side is acknowledged and we know each other in that lane as well is also super important.
All right, thank you, Bryce.
Appreciate you guys.